Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Great to have you with us. Thanks for being here. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. All kinds of stuff going on.
A
lot of stuff. How do you keep up? You don't. You just report on as much of, talk about as much of it as you can, and notice as much as you can, because, man, it goes by fast.
Yes, it does.
I mean, they're doing things at breakneck speed right now in this administration, and the Democrats can only howl about it. It's just great. Believe it or not, we already have a look inside Fort Knox.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Here's what's inside.
Oh, it's eggs.
Okay.
It's the same as gold.
Yeah, these days.
Thank you, Racco D.
Okay.
It's a good meme there. That's good.
Yeah. Actually, coming up for our Free Think Friday, author Brad Meltzer will join us to tell us everything he knows about what's going on inside Fort Knox, Kentucky. Now, he did a book or something on it, right? Or a special.
One of his TV shows.
Yeah. So I don't remember what his conclusion.
Oh, I guess you'll have
was.
to tune in Friday.
I guess we'll have to tune in on Friday, find out, because we haven't had Brad on in a while. Is he writing any children's books lately?
Yes, there's a couple new books out. He's got a couple of new books out for sure.
Sally Ride is his latest rendition there.
And
okay.
He joined me not too long ago on Chewing, because he has the new JFK conspiracy book out as well.
Ooh.
Which is really good.
Does he?
Yeah.
Is it a factual book or fiction?
Yeah, it's about a time, an attempted assassination on JFK before the actual one.
I love that. He did that with Lincoln, too.
Yeah.
When Lincoln was,
which was great.
It was incredible.
Awesome. The Lincoln one was awesome. I've had the JFK there sitting on my table, and I haven't started reading it yet. Football season's over, so I'll get to it.
I'm with you. I do the same thing in my brain. I'm like, I got Sundays open now. But yeah, the Lincoln one was great, because I had no idea that Lincoln was nearly assassinated on his way to D.C. to begin with.
Yeah.
I mean,
weird.
He's
Weird.
such a great writer.
Yeah, he really is. And he covers things that you think, wow, how have I not heard about that?
Exactly.
It's pretty interesting. So anyway, Brad Meltzer will join us on Friday. House Republicans took a crucial step towards implementing Donald Trump's big, beautiful bill on Tuesday, narrowly passing a budget resolution supporting his legislative agenda with a 217 to 215 vote. That's all it takes. The passage of the budget resolution means that the House and the Senate can now negotiate how to move forward to implement Trump's promised legislation, which would extend tax cuts that are set to expire right now, and introduce spending restrictions across the federal government.
Yeah. Massey was the one Republican to vote against it, Thomas Massey. He says that this is only going to extend your tax cuts for 5 years. Doesn't make them permanent.
Why?
Yeah, and he said it doesn't cut spending very much. It adds $20 trillion to the U.S. debt over 10 years. He's not happy.
When is he going to get on board? When is Thomas Massey?
When is he going to change his principled stance for us?
I don't know. Maybe when they finally do something fiscally responsible.
Yeah.
Maybe then. Wow.
Yeah, and then he also, I don't know if it made it in the final thing last night, but he was tweeting yesterday about Republicans and their love affair with ethanol. You know, it just makes your price of corn go up. You know, when you turn your food into fuel.
And it's turned out to be completely ineffective, too.
That's for sure.
It's BS is what it is.
Yeah.
The resolution is seeking $4.5 trillion in tax breaks, $2 trillion in spending cuts over the next 10 years, measures that have met opposition from Democrats and made some Republicans uneasy.
Okay.
Because why? You want to continue to spend at the pace we've been spending, I guess. So
now this would lay the groundwork. It's not specifically in this yet, but it would lay the groundwork for the no tax on tips and the no tax on overtime. So we'll see how that plays out. It's a strange process the way Congress works, but we'll see.
Won't we, though? All right, what does the DOGE Clock look like right now? Where are we as far as that's concerned? There it is, 138 billion, 851 million now.
Okay.
138 billion, 851 million. Nah, that's not bad.
Getting there.
Yeah, it's getting there.
To go.
Got a long way to go. And DOGE continues to uncover waste and fraud. Yesterday, Speaker Mike Johnson revealed a few more details when it comes to Stacey Adams landing billions of dollars.
Just last week, DOGE uncovered a $2 billion grant to a Stacey Abrams affiliated group that only had $100 in their bank account, a cheap website, and zero experience in managing energy projects. That was the subject of that grant. Just one glaring example of the enormous misuse of taxpayer dollars, and we're finding that. Every day we're learning more and more about what has been hidden from Congress for so long, and this is going to change the way the federal government works and operates. It is truly transformational.
Yeah. Is it? Let's hope so.
Yeah.
Let's hope so.
I mean, no thanks to the Republican Congress.
Yeah.
Thank you, Elon Musk, and your team of smart fellers.
A lot of people don't like what Trump is doing right now. Like Representative Pramila Jayapal, who is upset about deportations.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
We can't let them continue their lies and their distractions. We can't let them deport the millions of families across this country who have been doing the work that keeps our economy going every day. We can't let them scapegoat and criminalize immigrants
Racism incoming.
who are our neighbors, our friends, our churchgoers, our community around us that we deeply love. Immigrants are us. Immigrants are us, and we all deserve respect and dignity. If you look at the food that's on your table, think about who picked it. If you look at your homes, think about who built them.
Here we go.
If you look at your vulnerable elders and your kids, think about who's taking care of them.
Who laundered them?
Right.
Yep.
Who cut your lawn? Who washes your clothes?
Look at your hedges. Who trimmed them?
Look at your dishes. Who washed them?
They do this every time.
Look at your food. Who brought it to your table?
Your laundry. Who dry cleaned them?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Just the sheer, unadulterated racism that spills out of their stupid faces.
And nobody on the left blinks.
Nope.
No.
They don't care.
No, they're on board.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's how they really feel about minorities.
Absolutely.
And so it doesn't even occur to them unless a Republican says it. And Hank Johnson.
Oh, what's he doing?
Well, he wants the president arrested.
If a president willfully failed or refused to comply with a court ruling, they could be held in contempt of court theoretically, but it would be up to the U.S. Marshal Service, which is a part of the Justice Department, to be the enforcement arm for the federal courts. Is that correct?
Your hypothetical would have to play itself out.
It would be the U.S. Marshals
God.
who fall under the Department of Justice who would have to carry out the contempt order.
Yeah.
And so what would happen if the U.S. Marshal Service, under the command of
we don't
the Justice
anticipate that.
Department at the direction of the president, refused to carry out a court order of contempt?
Spit it out.
What would then be the
there.
state of our democracy?
We don't have
I'm
a
here
democracy.
on behalf of the Judicial
Same as it is now.
Conference to talk about the shortage of judges that we have, and I would comment on those needs in particular.
Huh. Well, what about this?
My fear is that the whole island
See what you have to say about this.
become so overly populated that it will tip over and capsize.
Yeah. How about that?
We don't anticipate that.
Oh, well, yeah. That's because you're not prepared for every
thank you.
eventuality.
Thank you.
Maybe you should get prepared, mister.
Wow.
Mister, I'm in the Navy and not prepared.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds to me like the witness is avoiding the question.
Right? Sure does. and he was. And so was this guy. Oh, man.
The intimidation, if you will, that deliver.
This is.
that's Lisa Murkowski, right?
Yeah. She's not happy about that email that Elon Musk sent out.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
I hate it when she's not happy.
What? He did follow up to the Pathead's point that sent us the note. Elon said it was basically a check to see if the employee had a pulse.
Yeah.
And was capable of replying to an email. And there's going to be a lot sorted out next week. He said a rude awakening, strong dose of reality. They don't get it yet, but they will. But anyway, Murkowski, of course, a rhino, does not like that.
The intimidation, if you will, that deliver these 5 bullets by Monday at noon, or you lose your job.
Yeah, that's the way it works.
Want accountability. Let's ask for accountability.
That's what they're doing.
Do that through the proper chain.
God. That's what we're doing, is asking for accountability. What are you doing in your job? If you can't say 5 things, write 5 sentences about what you did in a week, then you don't deserve to be employed.
And even if you can't, if you just reply and say, well, I don't know, off the top of my head, I can't give it to you, but maybe we can sit down and talk about it. Something. That's what Elon was saying, is that he just wanted to make sure that it was a living, breathing human behind that email address and that they were actually showing up to work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sounds reasonable to me.
It certainly does.
But it's not to these idiots, because they don't want anything to change here. They want the status quo to continue. They want the deep state to continue to run the government, and employees sitting at home on their dead butts all day, not actually doing work. That's part of what the deep state does.
No doubt about it.
It's a big part of it, that we're paying for people to do nothing.
But when you have to list 5 bullets, that's terrible.
Terrible. Wow.
Ugh.
What an idiot.
These people, man.
How do they keep sending her back?
I don't know.
Time after time.
They do, though.
It's Alaska.
Hello? They do. We do.
Yeah.
The voters continue to do it.
It's crazy. It's crazy. White House counsel Alina Habba was asked about that employee email requirement yesterday.
Can you clarify for federal workers who might be confused who to listen to, since Elon Musk's post is different from what OPM sent out? I don't think it's, look, here's the reality of the situation. There's one person we're supposed to be listening to, that's President Trump, and what the American people mandated, which is what we're doing. People need to be accountable. You need to be able to answer the question. If you couldn't answer it yesterday, you have till today. But the reality is, accountability is real.
No idea.
I can't not show up to work every day. I have to answer to the president. And by answering to the president, I answer to the American people. It's very simple. Would you want to pay somebody to do a job and they don't show up to work? I don't think so.
Right.
I could name 5 things, 5 bullets, in about 5 minutes of me coming into the office every day. If you struggle to do that for a week, there's no excuse for that. Now, you can have an extra day to answer it, but you better be able to answer it.
What clarification can you offer?
It's good stuff.
That is.
I'm not sure why you're confused or why it's so hard to answer what 5 things you've done in the past week.
And what do you say to departments that have told their employees you don't have to answer?
Well, I think that there's reasoning behind that. You have to understand some of these departments, obviously, we work with top secret information that perhaps you're not supposed to disclose. There's a lot of complications that I'm not going to get into, but there's no question that every single cabinet member, every single person that was put into this administration wants the American people working, wants people back to work, wants to stop the Zoom calls, and wants to stop people from double dipping and having 2 jobs when taxpayer dollars are paying for you to come to work.
Is the White House investigating any of the DOGE assistants like that?
That's a question for DOGE and DOJ.
Are White House staffers included in the ask by Elon Musk? Did you turn in 5 things?
I mean, the press is so... Pause it for a second. They're just so... brain dead.
There's a word. There's a word that's used from the show. What's the word again? Butt stupid. That's right. That's what it is. That's the word.
Yes.
I don't get it. It's not difficult.
It is not hard. You're acting like they've just been asked to solve quantum mechanics equations. No, name 5 things you did last week. Big deal.
And
you don't have to do a dissertation on them.
If it is something that you feel is some sort of national security, that would be your response.
Yeah.
I can't. It's national security. Find me at my office. We'll talk about it. Well, anything.
Something. Yeah.
It's not hard.
It's not.
I don't understand.
And yet the press is backing them up like, how dare you ask anything of these people?
Again,
what?
There's just there's no accountability.
No.
And
they want that to continue for whatever reason.
This is the participation trophy generation.
Wow.
And the White House press secretary submitted her 5 bullets yesterday after this little...
Actually, yeah.
I was like,
but they were actual bullets, right? They give him 5 bullets.
That's hilarious. That's what we should do.
The bullet points. I don't think Murkowski even knew, because she sounded like...
Yes, she did.
Like it was actual bullets.
Yes, she did.
That they were supposed to present.
Bullets. Yes, she was so confused.
That's funny.
All right. Let me tell you about a cookie company called Keksi.
What?
K-E-K-S-I, Keksi Cookies. They have this beautiful wrapper, and it has these delicious cookies inside. Which one is this? This didn't have the... You brought this to me.
Yes, I believe that's the M&M.
As an example.
The old school M&M.
Yeah, of what you're going to get when you get Keksi cookies.
Nice.
So what I did this morning was Google Keksi company reviews. And here's what AI came up with. Okay, the first thing that always comes up now on a Google search is AI. AI said, according to available reviews, Keksi Cookie Company generally receives very positive feedback, with customers praising their high-quality gourmet cookies, unique flavor combinations, and excellent customer service.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Nice?
That's
nice.
so cool.
There was
nice.
only a way to get them.
I know. If only they came, like, to your door, wouldn't that be handy?
That would be awesome. if
Like,
they
let's
did.
say you went to a website, Keksi.com, and you ordered 6 or a dozen of them.
Or more.
And then a day or so, or 2 days, whatever delivery service you use, it comes in the mail to your door. And then
That
you
would
eat
be
them.
awesome if that
Wouldn't
actually
it be awesome?
happened.
And it can.
Wow.
It can happen for you. And by the way, you want this one? Because you've been
yes.
doing nothing but bitch and moan
Yes,
about it.
I
There
do.
it is.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you. Someone else say it.
But further descriptions, key points from reviews. Delicious cookies. Most reviewers agree that Keksi cookies are exceptionally tasty, with many highlighting the rich flavors and soft texture. Creative flavors. Customers appreciate the variety of unique, interesting cookie flavors that go beyond traditional options. I think you're going to love them. And people are quite surprised that they really are what we say they are. I wouldn't talk about them if they weren't. So give it a try right now. Go to Keksi.com and order yours. Keksi. Keksi.com.
I think I will.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
All right. Now, if we could just end the war in Ukraine.
I thought it was over.
Yeah,
I
did
thought
you?
we're done.
Oh, not
Well,
quite
it's
yet.
wrapped up.
Not quite yet.
Really?
Although it is interesting, isn't it, that Putin is willing to all of a sudden negotiate? Huh. That's strange. You mean when somebody is willing to talk to him, he's willing to speak back? That's...
Don't stand on a ledge when you're talking to him, but go ahead and talk to him.
Right. As I've warned many times, Russians, stay away from windows.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah. Do not approach a window.
That's a dangerous place to be.
Sure is. But Ukraine has reportedly agreed to a critical rare minerals deal with the U.S. Apparently, we're not going to get the $500 billion worth of minerals.
Okay.
But we did reach some sort of an agreement to access Kiev's deposits of rare earth minerals, according to media reports, as Kiev seeks to reinforce its ties with its key wartime transatlantic ally under the Trump administration. The draft deal envisages
Nailed it.
envisions that the I don't know, it's envisages. That's a word I don't see very often. Ever say the
that a
word
word?
envisages?
No, I do not.
I don't either.
Jeffy was just babbling with that word about a half an hour ago.
I use it all. Yeah, you're right. Originally I said no because I didn't want to embarrass you, but I do use it all the time.
All the time?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I appreciate you're not embarrassing me with
That's
that.
what I'm here for.
The two countries will jointly develop Ukraine's mineral resources, including oil and gas, and it will see the U.S. drop demands for a right to $500 billion in potential revenue.
Do we know exactly where these geographic lines are? Because Russia right now, last I saw, they control 70% of Ukraine's rare earth minerals. Are we going to now have to, is it going to be U.S. versus Russia? I don't know. I'm looking
I don't know.
too far ahead.
Well, he already said, Putin said we can have some aluminum, right? Yeah, I'll give you some aluminum.
Cool.
Is that what he said?
I think so.
Did he?
Yeah, I think so. I think he said we could. I'll help you out with some aluminum. I'm pretty sure.
I don't think there's a security agreement here. It's right. It's just the minerals at this point.
I think so. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I think so.
So they didn't get anything then? Ukraine?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Ukraine will take it and shut up.
Yeah,
$380 million from us.
Thank
what
you.
more do they want?
I know. I know.
Give them an opportunity to ask.
They want more.
And they'll tell us.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, whatever it is we've given them, they want more.
It's not enough.
And they want it to continue indefinitely. So that's what they want. And Trump is pretty much, and so has Congress now, said, look, there's no... we've lost the will to continue this. That's essentially what they've said. You know what? There's no appetite for this anymore. We're done. We're done spending all of our treasure on you.
Yeah, and if you disagree with this agreement, then maybe we'll join Russia and fight it out to get our money back.
I mean, I'm willing to let Ukraine become a territory.
Are you? Like
Yeah,
the 52nd
yeah,
state?
no problem.
Okay. Well, you got Puerto Rico in there somewhere. I
They're
don't
a
know. Is it
territory.
going
We're
to be
not
the
giving them
53rd?
statehoods. I'm not giving them
You're pissing me
statehoods.
off with this.
That's the
whole
whole
not
thing
giving
with
Puerto
Canada
Rico.
too. We're not giving them statehood.
Right, they can be,
Greenland. No, your
Okay.
territories. all
Yes,
right?
yes.
You can. Where our flag is planted, get over it.
President Trump said he's planning to introduce a new visa to attract rich foreigners to America.
I love it.
Something he's calling a gold card for just $5 million. People will be able to apply to become lawful permanent residents.
Okay.
So you don't get it. You apply with the $5 million. You may or may not accept it.
Yes, that's what it is.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Trump said the program would be rolled out in 2 weeks. It'll bring in very high-level people. Very high-level people. Beautiful people.
Yeah.
These are beautiful, high-level people.
I mean, job creators.
Yeah. And said the proceeds from the program could help pay down the deficit. It's going to be a route to citizenship, and wealthy people will be coming into our country by buying this card. They'll be wealthy, and they'll be successful, and they'll be spending a lot of money and paying a lot of taxes.
Special
he
Trump
said.
gold card.
Yep, the Trump gold card. And he said it would effectively replace the EB-5 immigrant investor visa. That program gives residency to foreigners who invest at least $1.05 million. So this is 5 times that. Nice. In a new business that creates jobs, or $800,000 if the business is in a rural area. All right.
Sweet. You have any ID on you? I have my Trump gold card.
Never leave home without
That
it.
would be awesome.
It's an interesting idea, and he's got several of them apparently, and he's been rolling them out for
You're
these
throw
last
in
few
a
weeks.
Trump watch if it's $10 million. Yeah, I'll give you $10 million.
No, you might get the Trumpy trout.
Oh,
but
okay.
not the watch.
Oh, okay.
I mean, don't get greedy. I don't know. How much is the watch? Anybody know? I hear that advertised.
The watch?
Quite a bit.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. I'd like to know. I keep wondering.
It's like $800.
It's not cheap.
I think it is.
800?
Yeah, I think it's $800.
I think it was still under $1,000.
Yeah, I think it was under 1,000. Yes, I think Fish is right.
Huh?
I don't remember the exact price because when I first heard it, I did actually look it up. I don't remember.
Yeah, and
what
the
it
Trumpy
was.
trout is what, $60-$70? Something like that.
Hold on. What?
Whoa, that's $999.98 we spent on that thing.
So they're selling between $500 and $800.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Okay.
it was
But-
under $1,000.
Okay. If it's solid gold, it costs you $100,000.
Oh,
okay.
Oh, you can get a solid gold Trump watch.
Oh, that's
I
awesome.
mean, they look good, actually.
Wow.
As far as watches go?
It's kind of like Rolex, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. Let me see
Nice.
that. Looks good. Huh. Yeah,
All
cool.
right.
All right.
All right, so $5 million plus.
No,
plus
no,
you're not
it
throwing
does
in the-
not include the
No,
watch.
he already told you. It's
that's
the
extra.
Trumpy trout.
The Trumpy trout. If you're
I
lucky.
want to upgrade past the Trumpy trout.
Tough.
Wow. You give the guy a cookie.
I know.
And now he wants everything.
I know.
He's
Now
like
he
a
wants
mouse.
everything.
Give a Jeffy a cookie.
We're not even a half hour into the show. You already got a cookie. What do you want?
What do you want, bro?
Man.
My gold watch.
Did you see that Tulsi Gabbard has said that, we talked about the NSA, CIA employee porn site, essentially, yesterday, where they're in this chat room and they're talking about their transitions, their gender transitions, their noodle surgeries, and all of the stuff that's happening with them. So when she finds out who's in that chat room, they're going to be fired.
Yeah.
So
supervisors have.
She's not screwing around.
What is it, until the end of next week to submit the names of their employees who were active in these chat rooms? Yeah.
And they're going to be fired.
Good.
And that's going to be screamed and wailed about because it's going to be a lot of people with alternative lifestyles, apparently, based on, the content in that site. And we're going to have to hear about that too.
In the chat room, we're able to say what we want to say.
No, not on our dime. If it's different if you're doing that at home, I guess. Whatever. More power to you if that's what you want to do when you're at home.
Noodle at home.
At home, go ahead. Go ahead. But when you're at work, I don't want to hear about your noodle. Yeah. You should be doing your job.
And
right?
this isn't a hypothetical that he's saying, Jeffy. Like this, he means it, like for real.
Mm-hmm.
I'll text you right now.
No, don't be talking about your noodle here at work.
In fact, even when you're at home, we don't want to hear about your noodle. All right?
I'm going to text you on a separate email. I'll email you in another email room. A separate email account. So it'll be good.
Okay. That's okay.
Awesome.
But, she's going to put the hammer down on this. The chat room shenanigans were exposed in a report by Christopher Rufo.
They're doing nothing but waste time. I mean, even if they're doing it, if they can make the argument that it was during a break time or whatever, that's still... they're using company servers, company chat rooms. They can't be doing that.
What's the source for this story that's using the word shenanigans to describe that insanity that's going on in government chat rooms?
Shenanigans. Shenanigans.
I don't know. These disgusting chat rooms were immediately shut down when POTUS issued his executive order ending the DEI insanity the Biden administration was obsessed with, Gabbard said. Our IC must be focused on our core mission, ensuring the safety, security, and freedom of the American people. How dare you?
I know. I know.
Try to actually have these people do their job? Wow. How are you going to defend that, Tulsi? She's not going to be able to. She can't.
Yes,
she can't. No, there's no way. They're going to drum her right out of the job. In these, apparently multiple intelligence officials too have disparaged Tulsi Gabbard in the secret chat rooms and labeled her as a Russian agent and a cult member.
Oh wow!
Yeah, she's part of. I don't know why it's acceptable, but there's a lot of speculation about her religious background, and some people try to make it out like she's part of a. I don't know, she's Hindu, right? Mm-hmm. Some sort of Hindu cult or whatever. It's weird. And to label her a Russian agent, for what reason? Why?
Personally,
how? Where are you getting that? It's bizarre.
Well, that all started with Hillary, right?
With who?
Yeah, Hillary.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So one of the U.S. Space Command employees wrote, Gabbard is a Russian agent, in my opinion. A DNI employee replied, well, she is fervently anti-queer.
She was against gay marriage, I think, a long time ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow. All right. More coming up.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Got some tweets here. Unrepentant thought criminal. Forget ethanol. Get yourself a diesel vehicle and some used cooking oil. You'll save the planet and smell like French fries. Huh.
Nice.
All right. From Dirty Mule, speaking of Jayapal's Immigrants Are Us thing, I always go to Immigrants Are Us for all my lawn care and strawberry picking needs.
Yeah.
You have a great rewards program, too.
That's awesome.
All right.
And more locations are opening up daily. They're taking over the old Party City stores.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
While Party City is closing down, a lot of Immigrants Are Us are opening up.
There's multiple parties. Some Party Cities are staying open independently, but the ones that are closing down from corporate, those are going to Immigrants Are Us.
Well, Immigrants Are Us are also taking over the defunct Toys R Us buildings, and they only have to replace part of the signage.
That's not bad.
No,
Yeah, that's good.
That's good.
Yeah. Save a little money that way. Kenneth Parker, government workers are the same kids in school that would double space the whole page essay assignment.
Oh, wait. Wait, that was wrong?
Yeah, apparently. I don't remember, frankly. Jeff Gibson tweets, so Jeffy could tell me 5 things. You could tell him 5 things you did last week? Don't worry about it. I thought fat shaming wasn't tolerated on this show. Said it for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Mr. Shawns, who is apparently doing better then, right?
He's out of the hospital now.
Good. The Trump gold card. Don't come to America without it.
No doubt about it.
Yes.
All right. Speaking of fat shaming.
Trump gold.
And do we actually...
we
have
got
another new chewing the fat theme for Jeffy?
Fury and Energy. We'll tweet this out at Pat Unleashed. He made a new one here based on current events.
Nice.
Normally we're here in a happy mood.
Oh no.
For fun and humor that's sometimes crude. But this week something gave us the blues. Jeffy's main man is out at the nightly news. At least now he'll have more time with Snoop. But we'll still need time to try and recoup.
See what he did there?
So let's chew the fat and be consoled. By the way, Chris Turtles don't like the cold.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, no. That's a fact. That's
Nice.
a fact.
Like it.
First of all, Lester Holt is not leaving NBC. Okay.
No, he's going to concentrate on
He's going to
Dateline.
continue to do Dateline, which
But
he
he's been
did before.
booted
the
out of the
It's
anchor
not-
chair.
You don't boot Lester Holt out.
They did.
No, you don't.
They did.
No, they don't.
They
Lester
did.
stepped back.
Did he?
Lester stepped back. You don't
Did
boot
he?
Lester
Spin it,
Holt.
baby, spin
what
it.
are you talking about?
Okay.
I mean, look, they haven't announced a replacement. Do they even need a replacement? Do you even need nightly news anymore?
No.
I don't think
really,
so.
I don't know.
Well, yes, because you need a place where you can cash all of your pharmaceutical advertising checks. And that would be the nightly news.
All right. Fine. I mean, we know we're here to fill time between commercials, but I don't know that you need to have that anchor desk. And
Seems like the
NBC
only one.
Nightly News.
The only one anybody watches is ABC with David Muir. He's got 8 million viewers, and he was a million or two ahead of.
You could stop speaking.
He was way ahead of Lester Holt, and way ahead of CBS.
Lester Holt, I'll tell you that.
I'm not
I had enough of you.
Just
right
stating
now.
ratings facts.
First, you're telling me that
He was getting his anus kicked.
If you want to believe that he got the boot, you go ahead.
I
but
do.
It's not true.
I do, because he couldn't win.
Stepped back.
Thank you. Still doing Dateline, which he was doing before he got the anchor desk, and he should have been the one to take the anchor desk when they gave it to Brian Williams. Just saying.
Well, he got it eventually, and now it's been taken from him.
It has not been taken from him. He stepped away.
All right.
Last week, Space Force released a single photo taken from the space plane X-37B, posted to the Defense Visual Information Distribution Service, or DIVIDS. The photo caption says the image was taken from the X-37B onboard camera. The camera is there to help ensure the health and safety of the vehicle,
Looks
and it
flat
captures
to me.
the image of Earth. Yeah, kind of strange looking. Captures the robotic space plane and detailed look at the Earth.
It's like an egg.
Yeah.
The way it's shaped on that. The exact date and time of the photo are unclear because it was taken sometime in 2024, and we're not, you can see where it is, but that's Space Force responsibility. This particular X-37B flight took off in 2023, at the end of 2023. While Space Force is open about launch dates and final length and time, they don't say anything really about their exact missions, aside from a few experiments. I know it's designed to function somewhere between a plane and a satellite. And so the space plane, we've talked about it before, it's made by Boeing, and it's conducting these orbital tests since, 2010, something like that. And the longest flight was 908 days, the X-37B mission. This last test, they were looking to, they began testing using drag from the friction of the atmosphere to adjust its orbit using the resistance in place of burning fuel. So the move also let it jettison its payload in a way designed to safely dispose of any space debris. So they're dragging it, stopping it, and the space junk is flying out the back.
Oh, no.
And so now, they were talking about they're building up the satellite network in orbit, greater communication capabilities for missile detection purposes, and it's a steady part of the test. Looks kind of like the old shuttle. We've seen the picture before of the X-37B, kind of shuttle-like.
And I want to bring the attention to those two security forces officers guarding that aircraft in the background. So we're not just gate guards, we also protect planes from being stolen. So you're welcome. They're back there.
Well, you're trying, aren't you?
If you want to stretch that the gate guards at the airport on the tarmac there in NASA are protecting the plane, fine. No problem. That's what you're there
Give
for.
Give him that, Jeffy.
Yep, that's what you're there for. You got it.
Thank you.
Problem.
Appreciate
Make sure the arm on the gate is shiny, okay? As long as we're in space, Elon wants us to focus on going to Mars. This is supposed to be footage from Mars, thanks to the NASA rover. Okay. And, it looks
real
beautiful. To me. Yeah, I know.
Looks real.
I know a lot of people were questioning the validity of this video, I'll tell you that.
Why?
But let's say it is Mars. Sure, we believe you. Let's say it is Mars. That's the rover there in the front of it.
You don't believe that's Mars?
I do.
Why would you not
a lot of
believe
people
it?
don't.
Pat.
Why?
Thank you.
A lot of people don't.
Why?
Because they just don't believe we're on Mars, Pat.
Well, we are.
We are.
Why would you not believe it? Is this the whole?
I don't.
We faked the moon landing.
I do believe
and
it.
now we fake this too.
I do believe it. I'm saying many people don't.
All right.
Wow.
Okay.
It looks like
that's a nice clear picture from Mars, though. I'll tell you that.
It sure is, and I'll tell you what, it makes you want to move there.
Is that a line of sight?
Just think what you could do with the place.
Signal?
Just think what you could do.
Yeah, right
with
there.
the
That's
place.
my land spot right there.
That's your landing spot?
Yeah, right
you
there.
would
fix
pick
it
the
up
rocky
right there,
spot.
yeah, so you can
right
look
there, the rocky
look
spot.
across
Definitely
that
a fixer-upper.
lake bed.
It is a fixer-upper, yeah.
That's for
fixer-upper
sure.
planet for sure.
So does it come with oxygen?
No,
it does not.
No, it does not.
No, we got to terraform it, so that'll take a little while.
Can Birkenstock sandals be considered art?
Oh, come on.
The shoe manufacturer claimed its sandals are copyright-protected works of applied art that may not be intimidated. Birkenstock is headquartered in Germany, says its tradition of shoemaking goes back to 1774. They filed a lawsuit against 3 companies who sold sandals that were very similar to Birkenstock, and they claimed its sandals are copyright-protected works of applied art that may not be imitated. German law protects art.
Imitated or intimidated?
Intimidated, both. And the company asked for an injunction to stop its competitors from making copycat scandals. A regional court recognized the shoes as applied art and granted the orders.
Where's this in court?
Then a higher regional court said, "Oh no!
Oh boy,
we're going to overturn that."
Okay.
And now the federal court of justice said, "Yeah, they're right. It's not art. They're just sandals. Get out of here."
All right. Let me tell you about preborn. The news has been moving so fast, as we mentioned. It's really hard to keep up. It's easy to get distracted. But here's something you don't hear much about, and it matters more than pretty much anything else. There are babies in the mother's womb who need our help right now. Preborn's network of clinics are on the front lines nationwide. They're on standby for women deciding between the life of their babies. Preborn seeks out these women to help them choose life, not just for their babies, but for themselves. And they introduce these hurting women to the life growing inside of them. And so once they see the ultrasound, hear the heartbeat, all of those things, they're twice as likely to choose life. As abortion continues to rise, Preborn is expanding their life-affirming care in the darkest corners of our nation to help more hurting women and save more babies. So if you have the means, would you please consider a leadership gift to save babies in a really big way? Your tax-deductible donation of $15,000 would place a machine in a needy women's center, saving countless lives for years to come. Maybe you can only do $28. That would show one woman an ultrasound. Whatever it is going to be greatly appreciated and will help a lot. So to donate, dial pound 250, say the keyword baby. That's pound 250, keyword baby. Or you can donate securely at preborn.com/Pat. That's preborn.com/Pat.
Pat Gray Unleashed is back.
More with Chewing the Fat here on Pat Gray Unleashed. More than 1,000 British musicians, including Kate Bush and Cat Stevens, released a silent album to protest proposed changes to a UK law that may allow AI models to be trained on copyrighted material.
Why are you dead naming Yusuf Islam?
The new album called Is This What
You
We
notice
Want?
that? Yeah, he called him Cat Stevens. Wow. You just dead named this man.
Wow, bro.
Wow.
When he's performing, he goes by Cat Stevens.
You're going to let him keep going, huh?
No, I'm not going to let... No.
He does.
No. Does he?
I'm not apologizing for it.
I don't think so.
When he performs, it's Cat Stevens.
I don't
and he's
think so.
performing here.
I don't think he does go by
silent
Cat
album.
Stevens.
Yes, he does. I call him that, whether he does or not. All right? The new album is This What We Want, features a stellar list of more than 1,000 musicians and the sound of silence.
What?
So if you'd like to hear cut one, beautiful, isn't it?
Oh, that's nice.
That was good.
Wow.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Is it seriously a silent album?
That's correct.
Understated.
That's
What?
correct.
No.
The protest
Every
features,
track is silent?
Yes, the 12 tracks consist of recordings
What
of
did you need
empty
1,000
studios
musicians
and
for?
performance
Crap.
spaces
What
to
is
symbolize what we expect will happen if the government's proposals go through.
How stupid is that?
Birkenstocks are more art than that.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, that's
I mean, they're trying to
asinine.
The artificial intelligence laws, they're worried to fight. Everybody's against them. You know, they want them because they want to be able to use the artificial intelligence so that they can use the musicians' art to train AI. And the UK is, saying, yeah, they're probably going to let them do it. And the musicians are like, no, we can't allow that. So they created the
Wow, is that stupid?
12 cuts of silence.
Any guesses on
asinine
on Yusuf Islam / Cat Stevens' birth name?
Yeah, it's I used to know
Billy Stevens.
Stephen Dimitri.
That's what it is.
Gorgeau,
yeah.
I don't think, maybe I didn't know that. That doesn't sound familiar.
I've never seen that.
Does not sound familiar. No.
That's why he goes by Cat.
Yeah.
He goes by Cat. Be sure to subscribe to my daily show, Chewing the Fat, available wherever you get your podcasts.
What do I have to pay for
Fat
that?
with Jeff Fisher. You do not have to pay a thing right now.
Wow.
Right now. Now,
Yeah.
What if you want to upgrade? What if you want to upgrade?
Okay, it may change.
Because,
right. but you're in there fighting
right
for us
now,
every day, am I right?
Right now.
What?
Yes.
Why do you take offense to that when I'm complimenting you
I know you are, but
on keeping that thing free for us?
Because I feel like you're not.
Wow, what are you
I
doing?
don't know. Did it seem to anybody else like I was disparaging you
Not at all.
when I thanked him?
Oh, I know what it
his
was.
effort?
Okay, I know what it is.
What is it?
Because he knows you're not being genuine. Because that would require he goes upstairs to fight.
Oh, right.
You see,
And we know he can't make it up there.
No chance in hell Jeff Fisher's going upstairs for anything.
I don't go upstairs. I'm not doing that. I've requisitioned an escalator and an elevator in this building multiple times. Still hasn't arrived.
What is up with that?
I don't know.
13 years now.
I don't know.
Still nothing.
The notorious liar kicked out of Congress, George Santos. He faces between 2 and 20 years in prison after pleading guilty in August of last year to wire fraud and identity theft. And the judge delayed his sentencing so that he could keep making his podcasts to make more money.
Did he really?
Yeah, to make more, so he could continue to make more money to pay off the people he's supposed to pay off. But he was on the Jim Norton Can't Save You podcast. And Norton asked which of his former colleagues in Congress had the smelliest breath.
Smelliest breath?
Now, the worst body odor in Congress,
no.
according to George Santos, is Jerry Nadler.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, he poops his pants.
Diaper full.
So.
He happily said that, claiming the New York representative broke wind on the House floor.
Oh, my gosh.
He would waddle down the aisle
no.
and crop dust.
Ick.
The dude just stinks. He's greasy and oily. Take a shower. Now, whether this is true or not, coming from George Santos,
who knows?
Who knows? But I'm choosing to believe.
Oh, it's believable.
Yeah. It is.
I'm choosing to believe it.
It is believable.
I mean, we've seen him struggle to walk off the stage where he did.
Yeah.
I mean, he did actually. You pooped your pants? Yeah, I pooped my pants. I mean, that had to have happened.
Sure looked like it did.
Yeah, that's for sure. So okay, I got time. You keep talking about how the BYU basketball.
Yeah,
and how happy you are with them. And so I haven't paid that much attention. So I thought, I'm going to take a look.
All right. And so what'd you find?
I found that they are 25 in the top 25.
Yes.
I mean, I expected better than that.
Yeah.
The top 25. I mean, Mizzou is 14th, bro.
Are they really?
MIZ. What are we even doing?
Wow.
Nebraska's not.
Don't worry
anywhere.
about Nebraska.
The team that's never won an NCAA tournament game. Nebraska Cornhuskers. That's really something.
I'm just disappointed is all.
Yeah.
I thought they were, you've been talking them up and
they ranked for the first time this year. I mean, what do you want?
All right.
What do you want?
I want a lot more.
All right.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Great to have you with us. Thanks for being here. I wasn't going to bring this up, but Jeffy just mentioned him, so I'm going to now. But this is something that would have really stuck in my craw if I had not had my craw surgically removed several years ago.
Still,
it's in my. It would have been right there in that craw.
You can still kind of feel it. It's like a ghost.
I can.
It's a phantom crawl.
I can.
Yeah, phantom crawl. That's it.
Have you guys been following the whole "F the Mormons" chant that happened at Arizona?
No, but we talked about it.
Yeah,
I know. We talked about it off the air.
In Tucson, their student section after BYU beat Arizona Saturday, 96-95 in Arizona, started chanting "F the Mormons," not "F the Cougars" or BYU. "F the Mormons." And I mean, thought, how can that continue to happen? I mean, it happens all over the country. It's happened. It happened earlier this year at Providence, which is a religious school as well. It's happened at USC. It's happened in Oregon. It happens all the time.
That's amazing to me.
It is, isn't it? The And the Big 12 has been completely silent on it.
Which is
that's the issue.
That's
completely silent.
That's
to my
another
knowledge,
issue.
they haven't uttered a peep about it.
So in other words, in conferences, or I assume Big 12, because I hear it everywhere else, if you take down the goalposts, your school will be fined majorly.
If you so much as rush the field, you fine your school $25,000.
More than that.
But if you have a religious, I don't know what you would, other term you would use here, but clearly epithet. I don't know.
Yes.
What are you saying here? I mean, how is that not?
I know.
Finable or some sort of penalty?
Do you know they banned, when Texas was in the league, they clamped down on fans doing the horns down thing.
What?
Right.
That was unacceptable. They banned it.
You can't shoot an arrow
They
in the
banned
air.
it. Yeah, you can't do it.
Oh, what?
When BYU beat the Longhorns last year in basketball, a bunch of the student section wore horns down T-shirts.
Nice.
They made them take them off before
way.
the game started. Yeah, had to take them off. I mean,
oh my God!
You're talking about Longhorns. You're not talking about somebody's religion.
Wow.
The league is so weirdly silent on this. Can you imagine if it were Jews or Catholics or Muslims?
The outrage would be deafening.
Yeah, and that's all you would hear about for a week.
If it were the Muslims, boy, security would be increased at these arenas.
That's for sure. That's for sure. And the other thing is, there's a lot of members of the church in Arizona.
Right.
I'm sure a ton of them are Arizona fans. I'm sure a ton of them go to University of Arizona. They play. There are actual student athletes who play at Arizona who are members of the church. And apparently they were also yelling homophobic slurs at the players as they headed for the locker room. The other F word, that is a slur to gay men.
Which isn't, but
it
is.
Yeah, right. And I thought this was such an inclusive, tolerant generation, and you're yelling both of those kinds of things? When the basketball team was in the same conference as Gonzaga used to do something every time we played in Spokane. Their whole student section would dress up like Mormon missionaries. The white shirts and ties and the little name tag.
It's funny.
And I thought, I always thought that was kind of clever and funny.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's funny because that's more of a culture thing. It's not a nasty slur. It's not a horrific insult. But even with that, the Gonzaga administration made them stop doing that.
What?
Yeah, but people are free, I guess,
to be funny.
I guess people are free to chant F the Mormons everywhere we go. It's just bizarre.
That does not make
I don't
any
understand
sense.
it.
No, that's unacceptable. And for the Big 12 to ignore that
it's crazy.
Absolutely unacceptable.
It is unacceptable. Yeah, it is. At least Arizona's coach was pretty cool about it. And he said the biggest disappointment was not losing the game. It was the chant that the students were doing. So appreciated that.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. All right. So what is going on with the airport situation right now? The planes that, they're in the sky. And so when something goes wrong with them, it can be quite harmful.
Really?
Yeah. What I've noticed is that when a plane crashes, it's even worse than like a car crash because it's coming down from 30,000 feet.
Yeah, but and
that makes a little difference.
Planes don't crash. I mean, the percentage of planes crashing is
and I try to tell my
low.
family that all the time because now they're scared out of their minds to fly.
Oh.
It's like it's still the safest form of travel there is by far. I mean, but we've had a lot of incidents.
The highest percentage is fine. I mean, my daughter flew, back from South Carolina yesterday, and it was a piece of cake. They were early. The flight was great.
So they didn't almost crash into anything?
They did not.
That's good.
Yeah. Have you seen this footage from Midway?
I have not.
Okay, so
it's cool.
I've heard it's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's cool.
Everybody lived. Shut up.
Okay.
Everybody lived.
That's fair. The radio traffic, we don't have it with this, but it is 100% the fault of the Learjet
the private
pilot who did not heed the instructions to halt before he went down the runway here. So God bless.
Do we know why that happened?
I don't know. But the Southwest pilot What's that? We don't know.
They haven't. They haven't reported
but
that.
But the Southwest pilot, quick thinking here. Watch this. He's coming in now to the left. There, you're going to see a Learjet approach. The Southwest is about to land. He goes, "Oh hell! Look at this! I'm out of here."
Wow.
Yep. So the jet, the Learjet was supposed to stop before he crossed the runway.
Okay. Wow.
And he did not.
Did we install a traffic signal at that
every
intersection?
day? Yep. People run red lights every day.
You can't really do that on the runway.
I watched one the other day. I watched a car run a red light the other day, and I thought, I mean, it was seconds, split second. I was finger snap away from just casualties.
Yeah.
Maybe we need a gate. We need a gate arm there and a gate guard. To stop the Learjet and give you something to do there.
We can't just expect anybody to be a gate guard, though. That's a specific job.
Oh, you need a Territorian for that gate.
All I'm going to say
with
is
special training.
Yeah.
The plane doesn't belong to us until it hits the floor. So we can't do much for the Southwest airplane, but we can stop the private jet from crossing.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Well, they didn't, though.
Yeah.
They didn't. Some gate guard didn't do their job. That's not good.
Because the plane was already on the floor.
Very disappointing.
Nice quick thinking on behalf of the pilot, though,
Yeah,
from the
he
Southwest
saw
flight.
absolutely
That's
saw
great.
it coming. That's like, oh, no, we out of here.
Would have been nice if one of the pilots had seen that in D.C. A few weeks ago. Seen the other.
Yeah, there was a lot wrong with that crash, man.
Yeah, I guess the altimeter was.
That's what
was
they
wrong.
say.
That's what it's feeling like.
They say that was off, and then the communication was off on what they were seeing, and they were using night vision. I mean, there was a lot wrong.
A dozen things that went wrong there.
Really sad. All right, so walk me through the Apple. Is this an Apple situation?
Yesterday on social media there was a
firestorm.
There we go. Thank you. Very good. Of controversy with your iPhone when you do the voice to text. That whenever and Alex Jones, he demonstrates what was going on with iPhones yesterday. Apparently.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we just caught Apple in literal subliminal brainwashing. That was Sean's term for it. He's absolutely right. This is incredible. You see more and more of this type of stuff. Charlotte, show people what you just discovered.
So if you do voice note to text and you say racist.
Oh.
See that?
Racist.
Oh. Let me get it closer. Show people
So it's showing the word Trump
This is
before
an
it
apple?
types racist.
Oh my God.
Racist.
Trump racist.
Wow.
Unreal.
That is unreal.
Wow. Now, other people have noticed that? Other people tried it?
There was multiple people on a thread, and he showed multiple people
just now
of it happening.
Just worked for me.
It didn't work on my daughter's phone yesterday when we saw
it. Just worked for you?
Huh.
Wow. How did they get away with that?
I'm about to say racist.
Oh,
Trump, and then goes back to the racist.
Joe says the same thing's happening.
Real.
So they have not fixed it.
Yeah. Joe's got the same issue in there.
Wow.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
That is so obvious.
Oh my gosh.
Grotesque. Stop it.
Wow.
Because yesterday it didn't work.
Wow.
So I don't know if you have to be in some weird app, but I'm doing it on Slack and it's saying Trump.
But you're a big defender of iPhones, right?
I am.
Huh.
That's not cool.
That is not cool.
Is that the same Apple that just
invested?
Well, I was going to say that is giving the British government backdoor access to their phones.
Access to anything on the cloud.
Cool. You got to love the freedom, right?
Yes.
And then the shareholders at Apple just rejected a proposal to end their DEI efforts.
They said they could do changes, though. They said they could change.
I wasn't going after Lester Holt. I was going after Apple.
Okay. All right. In the meantime, let me tell you about Birch Gold. Have you seen the news from economists forecasting a depression? Not a recession, a depression by the year 2030. We're just in a perfect storm. Social Security and Medicare are hitting a breaking point with the largest generation now hitting retirement. A smaller workforce means a smaller tax base. And you pair that with our growing national debt and rising cost of living, and we have a big problem. So what are you going to do now to protect your family for the future? Gold is a safe haven in hard economic times, and Birch Gold makes it easy to diversify a portion of your savings into physical gold. Birch Gold will help you transition an existing IRA or 401k into an IRA in gold, and it doesn't cost you a penny out of pocket. So protect your future today. Text PAT to 989898. Get your free info kit. Go through it. See if it's right for you. You'll also get a copy of The Ultimate Guide for Gold in the Trump Era with a foreword by Donald Trump Jr. There's no obligation, just information. Birch Gold has earned the trust of countless Americans looking to safeguard their savings. You can count on them too. So text my name, Pat, to the number 989898 today.
Pat Gray returns.
Did you see President Trump has already answered 1,000 questions from the press?
Yeah.
1,009 from journalists during the first month of his second term.
I mean, it's been never ending for the guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he brings them in, they find him.
He loves it. I think he loves it. This compares to Joe Biden's 141 and Barack Obama's 161.
And these are questions that he has answered from the press.
Yes.
Incredible.
Yep.
Is that how many hands that he has, how do you say it, shaken? Shook?
It'd be interesting to see how many were doubled up.
Look at this.
Look at the bruise, yeah. Yeah,
how many hands did he shake so far? That's apparently...
Is that what happened to him?
Uh-huh. That's what they're saying.
Wow.
That it's from all the hands he's been
That
shaking.
was Macron, bro.
No, that was... No. This was before Macron.
Was it really?
This was... So he was sitting with Macron. So it was from that... Well, unless it happened immediately then, but they were saying it's from all the hands. Maybe it was Macron.
Might have been Macron.
I think it was
Macron wouldn't let go of him.
No, he wouldn't.
You know what? Let's declare war on France.
Yes.
It'll be ours tomorrow. Maybe it
We'll send the
immediately.
Girl Scouts to take
We'll
it.
send the Girl Scouts.
Because that picture was taken while he was sitting with Macron.
I saw that this morning. Yeah.
Oh, that's an act of war.
That is an act of war.
Right? He
France?
bruised our president.
France?
Yeah. Those are fighting...
Again, I think France is just like the rest of the territories. We just plant the flag, do something.
Oh, they'll run.
Yeah, do something. You're ours now.
I mean, France lost to Mexico.
That's my campaign. That's my campaign to take over countries. Do something.
Do something about it.
Do something. You're ours now.
I dare you.
And that applies to Greenland.
Canada.
It applies to Canada.
Now France. Ukraine. Do something.
Anybody. Whatever. Do something about it. The IRS also admits to an information leak, including Trump's info. The new disclosure revealed that the IRS leaked taxpayer information of over 405,000 Americans, including President Trump, rather than the initial 70,000 that they admitted to at first. 405,000 Americans.
Every time.
We got to shut down these agencies.
Every time.
And especially the IRS. Wouldn't that be great if it was the first one that we actually shut down? I'd rather shut down the IRS than the Department of Education. Let's do this first, and then take care of the Department of Education. Or maybe do them simultaneously. I don't care, but I want the IRS to go. It needs to go, along with its 40,000 pages of tax code or whatever it is.
So what you want is there to be no more IRS.
That's what I want.
Whoa, I'm sorry, what was that?
Yeah, that's what I want.
All right.
No more IRS.
Oh, well.
And no more income tax.
That's what I want. That's what I want, Pat.
Would you
okay, so wait, you know what? I posted a poll last night. Let me see here. What would you rather get rid of, the income tax or property tax?
Oof.
If you had to choose one or the other.
Right now, income tax. Income tax.
Because you're not going to get rid of property. That's state.
I realize that unless you take it to the Supreme Court. We were messing with Grok on Twitter last night, and you can make a case. There's a couple of amendments. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and read this whole thing, but the Fifth and 14th Amendments, Equal Protection Clause, and then the no person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor private property taken without just compensation. Anyway, somebody could take this to court and make the federal case against property taxes. You have the 10th Amendment versus,
I'm okay with that.
Versus the 5th and whatever the other one I said, 13th. I don't know. 14th. Thank you. Could happen, right? Let's go. I mean, this has been a Christmas present every day under this administration.
Yeah.
So
I know.
Now I want.
I know.
Let's push this.
Another cool thing is they opened up the White House again to tours. And I guess it was the first tour under Trump, and this happened. Do we have the tour from?
Well, we do.
The White House.
Clip 8.
Let's go meet some people.
Ta-da!
Let's go meet some people. Let's go say hello to some
Thrilled
people.
him.
No kidding, man.
That's pretty cool.
So where in the White House is this?
In one of the basement hallways, I thought.
The Oval Office, there's nothing
This
like
first
it. They
level
look and
basement.
some of them actually start crying, and these are business leaders. I don't like to see that. Do better than that, but some of them actually get emotional. But just have a good time. We told you to get an extra special tour. You're the first one of the year.
It's really
Get
cool.
an extra special tour, especially for this guy right here. Good. Any questions? Yes.
I took more questions from the tour. Right.
It's great. We love our country, right? Yes, sir. We love our war, and we're trying to get rid of this horrible Ukraine-Russia war, and I think we're doing a lot. We're dealing with both parties and Europe, and I think we'll get it done. It should have never
He's
started.
talking about the Ukraine-Russia war.
Whatever people want to ask him about.
Incredible.
He doesn't care.
He hides from no one.
Nope. He sure doesn't.
All of that great architecture.
I mean, that's-
down, those beautiful spires are all knocked down and gone.
Just like Joe Biden did.
I mean, this is amazing.
It sure is.
The president of the United States shows up for a tour group, and it doesn't happen.
And it's a new soundbite. He's talking about the
Any
Russian.
questions? What do you got for me? What do you got for me?
Any questions, anybody? And he answers them. It's incredible. Okay, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Maybe someday you'll be here as a president, right? Somebody in this group.
What a cool thing that is.
No
Have a
doubt.
good time. Have a great tour, and you're going to give them a special tour, okay? You're gonna get a special tour.
Okay.
Have fun, everybody.
He says, all right, get out of here. I got other work to do.
That's pretty cool.
And he said there might be a future president in here, and one of the coolest pictures in history. It's Bill Clinton as a kid at the White House with John F. Kennedy.
Oh, really?
That's really cool.
I don't know if I've seen that.
Yeah.
That's cool, too.
And the cool thing about that story is that President Trump heard someone ask, is the president going to come down here and say hi to us? And he was like, wait, there's a tour? Let me go down there.
It's amazing.
That is, I mean.
That's amazing.
He's paying attention. He's listening.
Yeah.
He's active.
Wow.
Look at this.
Doesn't have to do that.
No, he doesn't have to do that.
There's teenage Bill Clinton.
Oh, wow.
Shaking the hand of John F. Kennedy.
Wow.
Checking out
So cool.
JFK's wife. They're off to the side.
Okay.
Jackie.
It's cool.
All right. You know when those sleepless nights happen and sleep just won't happen for you? Been there. Tossing, turning, staring at the ceiling. Poor sleep isn't just about feeling tired. It messes with your focus. It tanks your mood. And it leaves me, dragging through work and family time. I tried other sleep supplements, but nothing clicked. Either they don't work or you wake up groggy. Sleep is really important for all of us. It's the foundation of everything. So if you want mental sharpness, physical energy, whole body health, then you got to get to sleep. And that's where Beam's Dream Powder comes in. This is a science-backed, healthy hot cocoa for sleep. It's a game changer. My favorite is the sea salt caramel. It's only 15 calories, 0 sugar. It's pure decadence. And it has natural ingredients like reishi, magnesium, and melatonin that ease me into rest, helping me fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. It's fantastic. You just mix it with hot water or milk. If you want it a little bit creamier, froth it up. Sip it before bed and have a great night's sleep. Go to shopbeam.com/Pat. That's shop, BEAM, shopbeam.com/Pat. Get up to 40% off for a limited time. Shopbeam.com/Pat.
Pat Gray Unleashed. Missed an episode? Catch up anytime, anywhere podcasts are found. Pat Gray will be right back.
Got some tweets here. This is from Just Two Muck and Fudge. That airport needed a migrant gate guard to do the job American or Territorian gate guards won't do. Yeah, exactly. From Hee Haw the Viking, there's no way it was Macron with the bruise on Trump's hand.
It's kind of a good point.
No one in France is strong enough to cause a bruise.
Kind of a good point.
Bunch of pansies.
And the only person that really is would be Macron's wife. He's probably strong enough to do it as possible.
Maybe.
There.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe. But also, that bruise is in a weird place for a handshake.
How do you... Come on now.
I don't know. That's
A lot of people are speculating that it's an IV bruise.
It might be.
So is everything okay?
that.
Well,
Yeah,
people get
yeah,
IVs
yeah,
all the
yeah.
time for energy and to rejuvenate themselves.
Okay.
They just opened up a new IV bar. It's
Wait, what?
Close to us.
Oh yeah,
Really?
I want to
Yeah.
go. I want to go.
Where they stick the IV in your hand,
Well,
the back of the
that's
hand.
one
That
of
really
the places
hurts.
I know it does.
I don't
But
like
if they
that.
What are
can't
they
find a,
giving you,
if they can't find a
electrolytes?
vein, then
It's
they
up to
use
you.
your hands.
Whatever
Yeah.
you want.
Hold on. What are
I
the
don't like that
options
either.
at this
I don't like
IV bar?
Jeff, you just cover them. You want to be young?
Yeah, you can get caffeine, and you can get there's some
If you
other
drink
bunch of
too
other stuff that
much.
you can do. Yeah,
IV
Interesting.
therapy.
Really?
yeah.
That's weird.
Interesting.
All right. Well,
Perhaps you should think about it. There, person who said, "I'm sick of being sick."
yeah, maybe the IV would.
Oh, that's actually
Depending on what's in
a
it.
good idea.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
When you're sick, go get some fluids
Thank
and
you.
whatnot.
That's what it's for.
Right.
Huh.
B12. Maybe
All of it.
But let's
Whole
be
thing.
honest.
I want all of
Jeffy, what are you having them introduce into your vein?
Don't worry about what I'm having them introduce into my veins.
I love it when I don't have to speak, and yet I still speak.
so
And it
predictable.
still do.
We
Yeah.
know you too well.
All right. More coming up.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
All right. Just so you know, this Apple thing is real. And Alex Jones is onto something there. Because I guess they discovered it yesterday or something.
Yeah.
Chris has been trying it on his phone. I guess mine's not updated enough.
I will say I did it, and it just came out racist. So it did not.
Do you have an Apple?
It did not no, on Chris's phone.
Oh, okay.
On
Really?
Chris's phone. Yeah. It just when I said racist, it just
said racist.
Just racist.
Okay.
Now
So
we've seen it happen.
Chris has done it multiple times, and every time Trump came up, and then racist. But let's see if you can do it again.
Racist.
Nope.
No, of course.
It's
of course,
on
it's not
to
going to work
us.
now.
Hold up.
All right.
Let's try this one more
get
time.
closer to it. All right. And
Racist.
they fixed it. They fixed it.
It was doing it during the break.
It was doing it. We saw it multiple times.
I think Jeff.
That's weird.
You know what? It was doing it until
Nobody-
Jeffy broke it.
Nobody
Here,
believes
listen to this
it.
one more time.
All right. Here we go.
Sorry.
I want to know the explanation from Apple on
Here we
this.
go. One more time.
All right, one more time. Here we go. Shh.
Here we go. Okay. Where you at? Okay. Racist. Racist.
Nope. That's
No, it only worked down at the bottom.
yeah.
Yeah. But we
Yeah.
have a
That's
screw
what she
recording,
said.
so.
Okay.
What a
Well,
liar.
we saw it. I promise. We saw it.
Yeah.
Now I can't even.
I
believe, I
swear.
can't even believe my own eyes.
I know. But Apple's going to have to explain that.
Yes.
I mean, how does that happen?
I had a listener send 2 videos, 2 separate iPhones doing the same thing, showing Trump's name.
Oh, it's definitely a thing.
It's definitely a thing.
It's absolutely real. We've seen it with our own eyes firsthand. So I don't know how you explain that. That's interesting. Jeez.
Could be that Apple sucks. That's your explanation.
It could be that. Yeah, I suppose it could be.
It was just we adjusted the algorithm issue.
Yeah. Some coder did an accidental thing.
Yep.
And that person's been fired.
No,
that person has not been fired,
been
but
promoted.
We adjusted it.
They won't use that as a reason. They'll try to say something because they think we're this stupid that they'll say, look, you can see words like refrigerator, stuff like that. It's just the phone trying to figure out what word you want to use. And racist and Trump are
close,
so
aren't they?
similar sounding.
Yeah.
That's what they'll do.
Ridiculous. We also have this from yesterday. President Donald Trump said he wants the Keystone XL pipeline, which would transport crude oil from Canada to the U.S., built as soon as possible. Now, this is what Biden killed years ago.
Yeah.
Day one.
The company building the Keystone XL pipeline that was viciously jettisoned by the incompetent Biden administration should come back to America and get it built now, Trump wrote in a post on his social media network, Truth Social. The president said his administration is very different than the previous one, adding that he would promise easy approvals and an almost immediate start to the project. If not them, perhaps another pipeline company. We want the Keystone XL pipeline built.
Yeah.
Good.
Let's go.
I like it.
Get it done.
I mean, perhaps forcing the renegotiation of the USMCA, that trade deal. Maybe you should have waited till the oil was flowing south out of Alberta before you did that.
A little late for that, though.
Yeah.
Apparently. All right. So, also, we have Nick Sortor confronting Representative Eric Swalwell.
Yeah, so you heard Chris and I talking about this yesterday? And we're like, watch his Twitter feed. And so what you're going to see is just the 2 minutes after Eric Swalwell is done eating dinner with the lobbyists. And so he's being confronted on the way out. So Nick was tweeting out yesterday that he has an hour and a half, 2 hours of audio that he now has to go through of Eric Swalwell being unknowingly recorded. So this is after all of this fun.
Okay.
So, Congressman, you referred to Elon Musk as a fascist at some point and alluded to him being a national security threat. Do you see that more of a national security threat, you sleeping with a Chinese spy, than transparency in the federal government? What are your thoughts on that? What thoughts on that? What's Fang Fang think of that? I mean, what's fascistic about exposing government corruption? I mean, I know you're just at dinner now with a bunch of lobbyists. You know, they're buying you a bunch of booze, and you know that's awfully nice. I know you were talking about
it's awful, though.
You know, maybe finding somebody else because you only like people that are tens. I just heard that one too.
He only likes having sex.
So
with
what do you think about that? Do you want to comment on any of it?
That's yours
Elon
right
Musk
there.
is a national
he wants
security
to
threat, but you're
explode.
sleeping with a Chinese spy is
Look at
not.
that.
Is that correct?
That's my
You don't want to comment on that at all?
Apparently not.
Looks like guilty as charged.
Wow.
Looking forward to that audio.
So he recorded all of what he was talking about there? That's fascinating.
Yeah, at the dinner.
All
yeah.
right,
And so
okay.
we're waiting for the audio. I just checked. He has not he hasn't posted any of that audio yet, so we'll be monitoring.
Oh man.
Interesting.
Yeah, isn't it though? Again, that takes some guts. That takes some giblets to continue down that road when they're clearly pissed and they've got bodyguards and you're in really hostile territory. Good for him for doing that. What does Fang Fang think about that?
Well, probably nothing, because remember, she was the only name listed, that name was the only name listed on that crash in China several years back that went straight down. And that's the only name we got off of that manifest. Huh.
And we don't know do we know if it was the same? We don't know if it was the same Fang Fang.
I don't.
I mean, there's so many Fang Fangs.
That's what I honestly, I don't know.
It's like Smith.
It's like John Smith. Fang Fang is the same thing. And
it might be.
It might be.
Or it might be
really sure.
a signal back home. All right, we took care of her. Seriously. Who knows?
Be.
Who knows?
Yeah, could be. Last week, played the video of the Is it a 400-acre planned Muslim city in DFW?
Yes.
It's up by Frisco, up by Plano. And so I guess only Muslims can live there?
Well, they say they won't discriminate.
They won't discriminate.
Yeah.
Right.
You're right. Now, one of the things, I took a screenshot here. One of the things that they, let's see here. It says the East Plano, okay, so Epic, blah, 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 blah. Okay, they would have a K through 12 private Islamic school, which would presumably qualify for the $10,000 per student vouchers that Abbott has declared as his number one legislative priority, which may explain his sudden alarm about the planned community. So I don't know, because he's trying to get money to homeschoolers, private schools, so that you can keep your kid out of public schools with
if you want to, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, so people are thinking, oh, interesting. This is going to be privately funded. This.
Here's what he tweeted, though. To be clear, Sharia law is not allowed in Texas. Okay. We'll see.
All right. Well,
nor are Sharia cities, nor are no-go zones, which this project seems to imply. Bottom line, the project as proposed in the video is not allowed in Texas. Interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. I'm trying to figure out, because we watched that video. From the video that we watched, it seemed like it was legal.
Yeah.
This is going to be interesting. Now, Colony Ridge, I wonder if Greg Abbott has any thoughts on that.
They busted some people from there, right?
118 people busted.
They're looking into that.
A lot of people thought that it would be more than that, so I'm kind of...
A lot of people thought Greg Abbott might be on that list, but apparently not. So we'll see. That's interesting. Tom Homan busy. That's for sure.
Greg Abbott might be on what list?
He's got connections possibly to the guy who... the builder, the guy who funded the whole project. So
Colony Ridge.
Colony Ridge, yeah. So I'm sure Greg Abbott. I mean, he's a great guy. He probably has no connection whatsoever to the illegalities involved with Colony Ridge. So
is he on the Epstein list?
Ooh. When are we going to get that? Do we have an update?
No, we do not.
Day 3.
It's very disappointing.
Day 3.
Luna and Bondi are...
Bondi's starting to hop sing on it.
This is gonna become a public catfight.
Yeah, it's gonna be ugly if she doesn't release that. Why is it on her desk rather than Kash Patel's? By the way, why is it on Pam Bondi's desk?
Good question.
And she said it was on her desk awaiting review, I guess. So how long is that going to take?
Well,
let's see it.
I will say this, that an FBI whistleblower has revealed to journalist Michael Schellenberger that agency personnel at the FBI were actively destroying evidence connected to the Jeffrey Epstein case and the JFK assassination. I don't know how accurate this report is, but that's what information got to Schellenberger.
I heard reports that they were actively destroying...
shredding documents at 3 a.m. busted by Cash's team.
Yeah, I don't know. You don't know what those documents were, and were they? I mean, it's been quite some time. You think the JFK and the Epstein lists would have already been destroyed. There's been enough time for that. I will say this:
it's been 60 years.
I want to be clear about this: that I am not on the Jeffrey Epstein list, and I'm very disappointed about that.
Why do you feel?
I'm very disappointed about that. All these people running for cover, man.
Yeah.
I would have hopped on that flight in a heartbeat. Lolita Express, yes. I'm driving. I'm parking on the tarmac. Let's go.
Okay. All right. Is Amber listening? Does she know? She probably knows.
I don't care.
You don't care. All right. Ladies, if you missed last year's Share the Arrows event with Allie Beth Stuckey, let me tell you, you missed something really special. But don't worry, because this year's event is coming up, and it's going to be even bigger and bolder. On October 11th in Dallas, BlazeTV's Allie Beth Stuckey is hosting her second annual Share the Arrows, a day designed to strengthen, equip, and encourage Christian women to stand rock solid in God's Word. Living in living your faith in a world that rejects truth can really feel overwhelming. But here's the thing. You're not alone. Join the thousands of women just like you for bold teaching, powerful worship, and real heartfelt encouragement. This isn't just another conference. It's life-changing. You'll hear from some of the strongest Christian voices out there, and you'll leave ready to face the world's lies head on. Men, nudge your women in your life to go. Tickets drop Friday, February 28th, so set your reminders, spread the word. Blaze subscribers, you've got early bird access right now at sharethearrows.com. Go there now and grab your spot before the best seats are gone. That's sharethearrows, all one word, sharethearrows.com. Don't miss it.
That gray is unleashed.
Yeah! All right. Welcome. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt was asked about the firing of CQ Brown. Oh, no. Is he no longer the Joint Chiefs of Staff?
He is not.
Oh, no. Is he? Was he the chairman of the Joint Chiefs? Yeah. Oh, no.
The black man.
All right.
General Black.
Here's that.
General Black.
What was the reason for the president naming a replacement for General Brown? And then I'll follow up with another personnel announcement that's been made over the last
week. Okay. Will you?
He thinks he's doing a bad job, and it's time for a shakeup at the Pentagon. They failed 7 audits in a row. The trust in our United States military amongst the war fighters is low. The president is shaking up the Pentagon and the Department of Defense, of course, with Secretary Hegseth leading, and he has the right to do that. It's actually quite common from administration to administration to do such a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we just didn't talk about it when it happened under anybody else.
Because we didn't really care.
Yeah, right. But we care now, all of a sudden, about everything that goes on.
Was that our guy asking the question?
No, that was not our guy.
Okay.
Our guy, Chris Bedford, will be in the press pool today.
Nice.
We got the email that new media, The Blaze, will be the in-town pool on Wednesday, February 26th. So Chris Bedford will be there.
That's cool.
Representing the Blaze.
So I don't know if you want to play the 2-minute clip of Caroline Leavitt talking about
the new rules.
13?
Yeah.
Okay.
As you all know, for decades, a group of DC-based journalists, the White House Correspondents Association, has long dictated which journalists get to ask questions of the President of the United States in these most intimate spaces. Not anymore.
It's over.
I am proud to announce that we are going to give the power back to the people who read your papers, who watch your television shows, and who listen to your radio stations. Moving forward, the White House press pool will be determined by the White House press team. Legacy outlets who have participated in the press pool for decades will still be allowed to join, fear not, but we will also be offering the privilege to well-deserving outlets who have never been allowed to share in this awesome responsibility. Just like we added a new media seat in this briefing room, legacy media outlets who have been here for years will still participate in the pool. But new voices are going to be welcomed in as well.
Yeah!
As part of these changes, we will continue the rotation amongst the 5 major television networks to ensure the president's remarks are heard far and wide around this world. We will add additional streaming services which reach different audiences than traditional cable and broadcast.
Okay.
This is the ever-changing landscape of the media in the United States today.
Deal with it.
We will continue to rotate a print pooler who has the great responsibility of quickly transcribing the president's remarks and disseminating them to the rest of the world. And we will add outlets to the print pool rotation who have long been denied the privilege to partake in this experience but are committed to covering this White House beat.
Okay.
We will continue to rotate a radio pooler and add other radio hosts who have been denied access, especially local radio hosts who serve as the heartbeat of our country. And we will add additional outlets and reporters who are well suited to cover the news of the day and ask substantive questions of the President of the United States, depending on the news he is making on that given day.
Wow.
Okay.
Local hosts, though?
Stick that in your pipe.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, does she mean from around the country?
Yeah.
Yes, from around the
I
country.
was,
No, you just thought she
Yes.
meant D.C.?
Yeah.
No.
What a
No.
dummy I am.
But that means
you're
Pat
stupid.
Gray is
Definitely.
included in that.
I'm not local. This is a national show, my friend. This is a worldwide
It's a global.
program.
So how do we apply to get a seat? Would that be the Blaze seat, though?
You know what? No, it's gonna be the Pat Gray Unleashed seats.
yeah.
So
There you go.
Let's file some paperwork.
I'll talk to Chris.
Seriously, let's
They
give it a
cover.
shot.
I mean, they cover the travel costs and everything, right? For us to.
Yeah,
go there.
sure.
No,
sure
Jeff,
they do.
They cover.
Oh, I'm sure they will from
They
upstairs.
cover the hotel room. You can't just go to D.C. without having a
you
hotel
can stay at the
room.
White House.
That's
think
impossible.
They have a chair and a room for the
Oh, nice.
Yeah, chair and a room.
That's going to be interesting to see what they actually do. Is
Yeah.
it going to be? Are you like you're going to have reporters from Helena, Montana there, from
That'd be
Pocatello,
awesome.
Idaho?
Yeah.
If they don't call on you, though, what a wasted trip.
I know.
Bro, you better hope
Probably
you come
will.
up
If
with
you're sitting in the King for a day chair, you get called on.
You just better hope that it's a good news day. You need to be up there when there's nothing
Right?
going on and just like, all right, so let's go to the Helena, Montana. And then you're like, this is my chance.
Is there anything not going on? Is there
You're right.
any day where something isn't going on? I don't think
I
so.
swear, if they call,
I don't think that exists.
if they call on the king for a day chair, as Jeffy so adequately labels that, and your question is, what has enchanted the president the most about the office? Wow, that's going to be a letdown day.
That will be a letdown.
All right. Speaking of the president, we've got President Trump admiring the Gulf of America map.
Oh, cool.
I want to see
And if
that.
you look at that shoreline, look at that shoreline. Look, from Florida, well, most of it is, it's called America.
Right.
And vast majority,
So
big
good.
number. So I'm just admiring
It should
as I
be
look at
the
it.
Gulf of America.
This is a Saturday
Well,
Night
it
Live
is.
I'm getting
bit,
teary-eyed
for
because I
real.
don't want you to say Trump broke down and started crying. No, how beautiful is that? Look at the shoreline. Look at that. That's America.
He's
And
right.
the font keeps getting bigger.
It
on the
sure
Gulf
does.
of America.
Every
Every
time-
time he puts a new one, the
so
Gulf of
great.
America name gets bigger and bigger.
And you know it's driving the left out of their minds.
That's a stab at the AP.
Oh my gosh, do they hate that?
There's
They hate that
got
That
so
is a
much.
stab at the AP, yeah.
That's a stab at the AP.
I bet there's a meeting every day of people, and I bet Stephen Miller is the head of the meeting minutes and says, all right, so we got to come up with new ways to piss off the mainstream media today. Anybody got any ideas?
How
we
about
make
the Gulf of America
font
map?
bigger?
Yeah. Let's make it like 2 feet tall, every letter.
You don't need to say anything because when he walks in the oval, he'll notice and he'll have to talk about it.
Yes. You don't say anything. You just leave it up there. Yes.
Yes.
Then, of course, he had to show off his Trump was right about everything hat.
Give me all of them. Look.
Look.
See that?
Yep, I see it.
Trump was right about everything. Just came in.
Just came in.
I said,
And they match
"This was
his
sent in
tie."
by a fan. I said, I think we should make some of them. But we were pretty much. You want one? Are you allowed to take one? Because he'll consider it. I know him well. He's sort of a stiff. I said you're right. Brian, you're not.
He's sort of a
He's a stiff guy. He'll take other things, but not a free hat.
Oh, he'll take other things and not a free hat. Oh, that's
Would
awesome.
anybody like one?
So great.
I'll give you a hat.
Is that
I'll give
Kennedy?
you a hat.
Is that Kennedy standing behind him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's just like, I just want to talk about getting rid of vaccines, y'all.
That's hilarious. Kind of a stiff. You take other things. You won't take a hat.
That was so good.
Funny.
He's funny
great.
like that. He's so funny.
And he slammed a reporter about targeting.
Mr. President, what do you say to people who worry that targeting an individual firm or individuals who aren't Jack Smith for
Excuse
his
me.
actions?
I've been targeted for 4 years.
Right.
Longer than that.
Longer than
so
that.
you don't tell me about targeting. I was the target of corrupt politicians for 4 years, and then 4 years after that. So don't talk to me about targeting.
Nice.
Get out.
Wow.
I love that.
So what was the complaint? Who's being targeted now? Do we know?
I don't know.
AP.
No.
Right?
This is the firm that got revoked their top secret credentials, and he signed that to just, you no longer have top secret credentials.
Oh,
and the
okay.
reporter's like, wait, aren't you targeting them? And that's when we picked
Gotcha.
up.
Don't tell me about targeting. That's so great. Wow.
Yeah. And
wow.
Security clearance?
Love it.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
security
Okay.
clearance.
And by the way, speaking of Kennedy and Trump there together, there was going to start a new vaccine. I can't find it here. New COVID vaccine testing was going to start on Monday. And they have put the kibosh on that. We're not going to be doing any more experimental.
More Americans are going to die. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That figure's from your boy. That figure's coming from your boy. I'll tell you that.
My boy, stopping progress. I can't find it.
More Americans are going to
die.
Yeah, because
I'm going to quote you on that.
We already did. We already quoted him on that. So you're right.
Okay.
When you're right, you're right.
When you're right. Yes.
I mean, these free-form encounters between Trump and the press are exactly what Americans are feeling. And it's so good to see just a normal American in there.
We're so sick of it. It is so nice.
The way they deserve to be treated.
Yeah, just see them get slapped down every day. It feels so good.
It sure does.
To make me a bad person because I love it so
instead
much.
of us saying, stop it, why are we doing this?
Yeah,
right there. They're
doing it. They're doing it. It's so great.
It's like,
I love it.
Look, media, you're always going to have something to write about. He's going to give you plenty of stuff to talk about. But there's a chance you could be singled out in these.
Yeah, I'd keep my mouth shut in that setting if I were you. All right, we got overtime coming up, and then we'll see you back here tomorrow.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Donald is coming to set you free, bringing the light for all to see. No more tunnels, no more fear. Trump Gaza is finally here. Trump Gaza shining bright, golden future, a brand new life. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza #1. Trump Gaza shining bright, golden future, a brand new life. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza #1.